Hello, friends and spiritual travelers. Welcome to another Mystic Owl Pick a Card reading. Today's theme is all about your spirit guides. I wanted to do a video on introducing your spirit guides to you. So we're going to read some tarot to start with to get an idea of who your spirit guides are. Potentially it might be some archangels that are working with you or some ancestors. Find out who they are and get an idea about their personality. And then we'll look into the oracle cards to get an idea of how they can communicate to you. Stick with me throughout to the end of the video where I'm going to get some further tarot cards and get an idea of how you can strengthen the connection with your spirit guides. So we have 4 piles today. We have pile 1 with the tiger's eye, pile 2 with the citrine, pile 3 with the clear quartz, and pile 4 with the malachite. As per usual, please use your intuition to choose a pile. I suggest working out which crystal you resonate with quite strongly, or whichever crystal is sort of igniting something within your soul. Remember, this is a timeless reading, so take only that which resonates and leave the rest behind. And let's move on to pile 1 to find out who your spirit guides are. Welcome, pile 1 with the tiger's eye. So firstly, tiger's eye is a crystal associated with good luck. It brings the wearer or the owner some good luck. So it might be worth putting some tiger's eye in your pocket, pile 1, just to bring some fortitude to your day-to-day life. It's also like a rune of protection. It helps sort of fight off fear and anxiety. So if you're someone that may have some mental illness or tends to get caught up with overthinking, tiger's eye allows you to think more clearly and to see through, like the tiger's eye, to be very perceptive and to see through what matters and what doesn't, and let go of stuff that probably isn't serving you or just is a little bit like cloudy information that just isn't necessary. So it really allows you to see through to what matters in life. So I sense that your guides might be here trying to aid you into seeing what is important in your life, and maybe to let go of things that aren't serving you, or to gain more clarity and sense of assurity in your decision makings. Potentially you have something that you want to do or achieve in your life, and they're here sort of guiding you with each step of the way, like giving you the information you need in terms of actually achieving your goals. But let's get an idea about who your spirit guides are, pile 1, by starting with your tarot cards. Your first card is the Ace of Wands. Nice. Ooh, you have Temperance. Now that's interesting. You have the Page of Swords. And your final card is the Four of Swords. Okay. Firstly, for you, pile 1, you have the card of Temperance. Temperance is actually related to the Archangel Sachiel. Sachiel is the Archangel related to wealth and abundance and good luck. She's also related to water, as we can see the water being pulled from one cup to the other. Your emotional state of mind, I guess balancing your emotions, maintaining clarity in your purpose, and being able to make decisions based more so on analyzing the decision as opposed to your emotional sort of well-being or how you feel about a decision. So you have here the tiger's eye and Archangel Sachiel related to good luck and fortune, wealth and abundance. Along with the Ace of Wands here, I'm sensing for you, pile 1, that Archangel Sachiel is one of your most prominent spirit guides that's working with you in this life on Earth here, so that you can actually really take action on some sort of creative passion or inspiration that you have. Archangel Sachiel is downloading like moments or epiphanies of certain like inspiration or the urge to take action on some sort of goal. So I sense that potentially you have a creative passion, pile 1. Or there might be something that you really enjoy doing. And Archangel Sachiel is here working with you, I sense, to really give you that drive to take action on those goals, to achieving or potentially commencing that creative passion or that thing that you've always wanted to do. It might be related to health potentially also, and starting to exercise more, potentially about moving to, because the one spirit can also talk about sort of travel, and the urge to explore and expand your world and your consciousness, and to get more experience through travel. So maybe it's talking about traveling more. But most definitely, Archangel Sachiel is one of your most prominent spirit guides, really sort of egging you on to go after your dreams and desires, to take charge of what it is that you want. And you also have here the Page of Swords, along with the Four of Swords. What I'm getting from this energy is potentially like an ancestor or a loved one. It might even be a sibling that you have, pile one, that passed away quite young. It may be male or female, remembering that our spirit guides don't really have a gender. They're just an energy. So, but I do see someone that really didn't hold back. So it's a young individual. I sense somebody that did live on Earth, or had a life on Earth, that unfortunately passed away quite young. But they were someone that sort of like just said what was on their mind, that spoke the truth. They were someone that was quite abrupt and blunt, remembering that you also have Archangel Sachiel here, who can also just tell it like it is. So your spirit guides are really sort of like, I'm just getting an energy here, or a feeling of them being quite, they just tell it as it is with you. They don't hold back. So I guess they don't bullshit. So, and I sense that you probably are someone that doesn't bullshit either, or doesn't like people sort of telling lies to you, or you can sort of pick up on, with the tiger's eye here, also related to like clear perception, being able to like to tell when somebody's not telling the truth, or when something is a little bit fabricated or false. And your spirit guides are really sort of commending you on sort of adapting and adopting that trait from them, because they tell it like it is with you. I'm picking up on pile one. They don't hold back, especially this younger spirit guide, which I sense may have been potentially a sibling of yours that passed on, or maybe someone in your bloodline, an ancestor that may have passed away at a young age. So have a think about someone that you may know from your ancestry. It could even be a cousin, or potentially like an uncle or a grandfather, or someone that passed away at a young age. But they're here sort of supporting you and really telling you to keep going, to keep pushing. Archangel Sachiel especially is like really pushing for you to follow your dreams and desires, whatever that may be to you, and to not sort of have any regrets in this life, to take charge of your life and to do whatever it is that you want, knowing that you have the power to really achieve anything. What I am sensing is that this spirit guide here really sort of comes to you in moments when you're in a peaceful state of mind, maybe through meditation, or when you're very focused on one thing, and you're clear-minded, potentially when you're drawing or reading a book or something. You may get sudden downloads of information, or come into a sudden understanding about what it is that you need to do next, or have an idea about why you went through a certain experience. So I sense that claircognizance is probably the main source of providing insight and information to you, pile one. So I really think that when you spend time meditating, or trying to get yourself into a clear state of mind, is when you may come into sudden epiphanies or understandings about what you need to do next. Noting that you have the tiger's eye here with clear perception and good luck. But both of these guides, I sense, are really just sort of pushing you to take charge of your goals. They want you to expand and to really explore your own life and what this world has to offer. You may have strong Sagittarian placements, I sense, in your chart, Sun, Moon, or Rising. Or Sagittarius may rule your 7th house, or your 10th house of what you want to achieve in life. Potentially also your 11th house of your wish fulfillments. But moving on from that, pile one, let's get some further insight about how they communicate to you or any advice that they have for you from your oracle cards. Your first card is Jump In. Andromedan energy, adventure. Say yes to change. Okay, that's interesting, because I was just talking about earlier about them really wanting you to say yes to just taking charge and doing anything that you want to do in life, pile one. They're really egging you on to to just go for it. Go for anything. If you want to start a new project, then go for it. If you want to move, go for it. If you're looking to meet a new partner, go for it. I love this card too. It looks like an eye, like looking at us. Is the woman sort of jumping through like the pupil of the eye, really indicating once again like a strong perception. Being able to see through the bullshit and know what's important to you, or when somebody's lying to you, understand what's true and what's not true. Your next card. Oh, you have the card of Forge. Don't follow. Pave a new path. Be the leader you wish you had. Okay. Strong Sagittarian energy here. I also get strong like Aries vibes. Lots of fire here. So your spirit guides are very fiery, very passionate, and really just tell you as it is. And I sense that's part of who you are, your personality also. You're a go-getter and a leader. You're not someone that like allows people to tell you no, or you don't hold back from doing the things that you want. And your spirit guides are really like coming in with a lot of commendation for you, because they see, especially this guide here, who I also sensed would just sort of lived life like quite freely and doing the things that they want, saying the things that they want. Yeah, you're kind of like the apple that has fallen not too far from the tree. Pile one, you've got a lot of fire and passion within you. They're really wanting you to continue on with that sort of aspect of life of just taking charge and living like freely day to day, doing the things that you want. Your final card is New Moon in Aries. It's time to take action. There you go. So what I do see for you, pile one, is that you potentially do have a creative project that you've always wanted to do, or there's something in this life that you've always wanted to start. It might even be like taking dance lessons, or taking singing lessons, or learning a new language potentially, with Sagittarius here, all about philosophy and travel. You may have always wanted to learn a new language or something like that. Whatever it is, your guides are really like coming in quite strongly. Actually, both of them have an energy of just wanting you to sort of just to go after it, be really passionate about it. But in terms of how they communicate to you, you have Andromedan energy here, and the eye in the Andromedan sort of galaxy. I also am seeing strong like clairvoyant abilities here, the ability to sort of see the next step in your mind's eye. So they may communicate to you by sudden images, or through deja vu potentially, of feeling as if you've already experienced something. I also sense that they communicate to you in your dream state. So to pay attention to your dreams, pile one. I sense that your guides, Archangel Sachiel, and potentially this ancestor that passed away at a young age, communicate to you or approach you in your dream state. And so take note of any dreams that may be a little bit weird or awkward or just different and unique in some way. Write down anything that you think may be prominent or very important from that dream, because it's your guides communicating to you potentially the next step, or what it is that they want you to do next, or even just sort of pushing you forward and giving you support to let you know that you're doing well, because this is a group that your guides are very, very proud of. You pave your own path with the New Moon in Aries here, taking action. You don't let anyone tell you no. It says here, say yes to change. If you want to do something, you do it. And I think that you need to continue on with that. So if there is anything that you've always wanted to start, or potentially a project that you've wanted to take on, then it's time now to really like go after this guns blazing, knowing that you have the support from your spirit guides. But this is just a group or an energy of a group that just lives their life day to day by doing what they want, when they want, and that really goes after their dreams and desires. It says, be the leader you wish you had. You're meant to be a leader for other people too, by actually like achieving your own goals and overcoming your own challenges. Living your life day to day, being very free. You're inspiring others to start doing the same and to start sort of going after their own dreams and desires, the things that bring them like passion and inspiration in life. And what's interesting about the cards too, the way they're laid, is that Archangel Saturn with Temperance, who rules the star sign of Sagittarius, of expansion and growth, you have jump in falling directly under like your inspiration or your passion. So that's a clear message for you to take charge and to be like the fool, jumping in and having a go, which I sense is part of your personality anyway. Nothing really holds you back, Power One. And with the Forge Don't Follow card under the Page of Swords here, who is your ancestor that may have passed away at a very young age, a sibling, I'm picking up on like an uncle or a grandfather, some sort of young masculine energy that passed away in their maybe mid-20s to 30s. Egging you on, saying, be the leader that you've always wanted to be, the one that you wish you had when you're in your life. So strong energy of just living life the way that you want, really, Power One, which is a beautiful sentiment, I think. But now that we know who your spirit guides are, let's get some insight into how they may communicate with you from the Tattoo Tarot deck. Spirit, can we get some insight, please, for Power One, how their spirit guides may communicate with them? I do sense you have some strong sort of clairvoyant abilities. Oh, there you go. But also I was picking up strong claircognizant abilities, having a sudden inner knowing or understanding about what your path is or what you're meant to do next, which also is sort of indicated here through the Knight of Swords, cutting through like the bullshit and just having a sudden download of information, sudden wisdom or an epiphany about what your next step is. Oops. The next card you have is the Sun card. Okay. And your final card is the Five of Wands. So what I am getting for those cards for you, Power One, you also have the Ace of Wands here, the Sun card, and the Five of Wands. Lots of strong fire energy. So I sense that when you have a sudden download or an idea that you are planning on taking action on, you may get like a feeling, this sort of energetic pulse through your body. And they're really communicating to you that when you're in like a really happy vibe, they can communicate to you more clearly. So it's there's a note here for you to try and like, if you want to get more information from your spirit guides about what your next step is, about what advice they have for you, to lift yourself into a happy vibe. And I know for me that I do that through like maybe going for a walk or listening to music. Music tends to put me into a happy place, and when I'm feeling more happy, like you can get more clarity and insights or downloads from your spirit guide. But I also sense that you have clairsentience, that you may get a tingle or a sudden pulse of energy or a sudden sensation through your body about when you think of something, and when you have a sudden thought and your guides are here listening to you, they send this pulse of energy or tingles through your body, and that's a confirmation that that thought that you had is like divinely downloaded to you, or it's like it's something that you should take note of, that it was correct, or it's something that you should take note of. I also sense too with the Five of Wands really indicating like internal dialogue and maybe fighting like yes and no, those thoughts that are telling you maybe you're not good enough, that your guides are here with Temperance here really helping you overcome any negative thoughts that you may have, and really trying to like insert positive thoughts and support, guiding you on your journey. That's all I have for you, Pile One. I hope it resonated with you. If it did, please like and subscribe if you haven't done so. If you felt that this was really helpful, this video was really helpful, and it may help other people, some friends or family members of yours, please feel free to share it on. But on that, have a great day, and let's move on to pile 2. Welcome, pile 2. It's a lovely citrine gem. So citrine, being yellow, related to your solar plexus chakra, this is a gem related to like self-empowerment, believing in yourself, getting the ability to take action on your dreams and desires, and to take charge of your life, to maybe release those things that are sort of blocking you from being the best version of yourself. It's also related to like self-healing too. So doing those things that are nice for you, like nurturing yourself, taking charge of healing yourself, essentially. So noting that, let's get an idea about who your spirit guides are and why they're here working with you in this life, pile 2, by starting with your tarot cards. Your first card, oh, it's the Knight of Pentacles. Interesting too, with the strong yellow color. That's a nice synchronicity there. You have the Ace of Cups. You have the Seven of Wands. Okay. More yellow too, sort of green and yellow there. Ah, look at that. And you also have the Four of Wands. Lots of lots of solar plexus chakra energy here with the yellow in each of those cards. So for you, pile 2, I sense that you may have, with the Knight of Pentacles here, what are your spirit guides? Looking directly at the Ace of Cups is here. The Ace of Cups also related to like emotional satisfaction or love, starting to heal yourself emotionally. You may have been through a lot of grief or heartache, I sense, in your past. And so you're being divinely gifted here, a new cup of love and self-care. So this spirit guide is here really helping you find your own inner power with the citrine stone here, along with a lot of strong yellow in this card. You're being sort of guided by the spirit guide to really like overcome any sort of emotional challenges that may be holding you back from achieving your goals, or from like self-empowerment and becoming the most authentic and most powerful version of yourself. I also see that they're very, very patient. The Knight of Pentacles represents the archetype of like really slow burning, like driven, day by day, hardworking energy. So this is a very patient spirit guide that I think is very, very like loving and kind and quite patient with you, sort of like overcoming any challenges that you may be dealing with right now. Because I know what it's like to need to overcome personal challenges and grief. Like I've had the loss of one of my siblings when I was younger. You know, my own trials and tribulations, but I think they're really here trying to help you to overcome any negative thought patterns that you may have, or potentially any sort of external coping mechanisms that you may have turned to try and like escape from the pain of the past, potentially, pile 2. So if you are someone that, like with the Seven of Wands here, also indicating like internal battles with yourself, having to fight off certain addictions or coping mechanisms, they're trying to really like, they're really coming in quite strongly to give you that love and support, to give you the strength to overcome these challenges and to get past this grief, knowing that you have the ability to achieve amazing things in your life. When you learn to stand in your power and know how strong you are, that you can sort of overcome this this grief that you've been through, or that you may be holding on to, or any sort of external like coping mechanisms or escapist type activities that you may be indulging in to try and ease the pain of this grief. But once again, remember that they're very, very loving and supporting. They understand that this is a real challenge that's going to take some time to work through day by day. But I sense that the more work that you put in terms of like overcoming, I'm really picking up on someone with the cup here, someone that may drink a little bit too much, or that may have had some sort of addictions in the past. I'm picking up on, they're giving you the strength and the courage to overcome that by supporting you with every step of the journey, knowing that it's like it's hard work. So I really commend you on that, pile one, and they're here commending you also on like at least accepting that there's things that you need to work on, and for actually starting to take the journey and overcoming this challenge. Because with the yellow here, I see you standing in your power. Either now you're starting to realize how strong you are and what you have to offer, or very soon in your future with this continual work that you're doing in terms of overcoming any challenge, you're going to start to see what you can actually achieve and know that you have the ability to overcome any challenges in your future if you can get through these ones. I also sense that potentially they're leading you to meeting somebody new or special, like a romantic interest. And I like to think that when we overcome personal challenges in life, that we're rewarded by the universe. So I sense that like you're being rewarded with potentially meeting a soulmate or a loved one that can help also sort of support you on the rest of your journey. But I also see here, you have the Seven of Wands and the Five of Wands. Sorry, the Four of Wands, I should say, related to like your home life. So you have an ancestor here that may have passed away at a young age, potentially with the Seven of Wands. He looks like a younger man, actually. So I'm getting like a strong sort of young, masculine ancestor potentially that passed away at a young age. But this is someone that's lived on Earth previously, and that I sense probably had a really tough life, with the Seven of Wands being related to like fighting off those people that are trying to cut you down. I do sense that this person may have had a lot of hardships in their life too. And the reason why they're here also is because they're also supporting you to overcome these challenges and to stand in your power. This is an ancestor that has had to do it themselves too. And so they're really encouraging you to give you the strength and the know-how of how to overcome these challenges and these addictions, or these bad habits, or this grief that may have been holding you back. Because I sense for you, pile two, there's something in this life that you're meant to achieve. You also have the Knight of Pentacles here. This is the archetype of the spirit guide, but the Knight of Pentacles generally relates to like a new career path that that will fulfill your needs for the rest of your life. It's something that will provide for the needs of your, like there's lots of wealth and success here, but something that you will achieve success through continual work and satisfaction. So they're also here really supporting you on your journey, because this spirit guide, your ancestor, had a really hard life and really understands what you're going through. They're probably giving you insight into what you need to do next, or just support and love on with the Four of Wands here, related to like that beautiful loving home life and a homecoming for overcoming your challenges. They're really sort of supporting you and encouraging you to just keep working on yourself, pile two. But on that, I get a lot of loving energy here from both of these guides. This one here is just sort of like giving you the encouragement to keep working and to keep working. But this one here is, this ancestor is here just letting you know that they've managed to overcome that, and that they really empathize with what you're going through because they had a similar hard life. A really loving, supporting, encouraging team that you have here, pile two. Moving on from that, let's get some further insight about why they might be here or how they communicate to you from your oracle cards. Your first card is the Lifting the Veil card, questioning everything. Anything unaligned must go. Okay, that's a strong message. You have the Whale and Orca elders Share your song, frequency of sound, diving deep. Right. And you have the expect powerful change, which is a really beautiful card for you, pile 2. New moon eclipse. Okay. So what I am sensing for you is a drastic change in your life, pile 2. You're meant to be someone that like really turns their life around by overcoming this grief or this heartache, but then having a real amazing like dramatic change in your life where you actually become, I sense, really quite wealthy and quite abundant. You have in your life, you were rewarded for really doing the hard work of overcoming any addictions or grief or pain that you've been through, knowing that you've had a lot of pain and a lot of challenges, more so than most people, I'm sensing, pile 2. But when you actually start to stand in your power with the citrine here and the strong yellow related to your solar plexus chakra of power and self-empowerment, I really see amazing things in your future. So your guides are really starting to encourage you to know that that your future is really looking quite bright and abundant. Anything unaligned must go. So they're coming and really calling for you to take stock of those things that I sense you already know you need to move on from, that aren't like for your greater good anymore, pile 2. And to let you know that you have the strength and the ability to really move on and overcome these challenges, knowing full well that I see your future looking really bright with the expect powerful change, indicating that like your future, you can achieve anything that you wish. Like your future is infinite. The possibilities are infinite here for you, pile 2. But in terms of how they communicate to you, I also see a group here with the share your song, frequency of sound, a group that may be getting messages through music. This might be a group that really like listens to a lot of music to raise your vibration and to put you into this happy vibe, I sense. Music is what takes you from this place of like feeling internally like conflicted or the negative thoughts that you have. You listen to music and it's a meditation for you that like raises your vibration, but also like clears these thoughts that are like holding you back potentially. So your ancestor here is really like giving you some advice that you should probably listen to new music, I sense, to get some new insight as to what you need to do, but also to continue to listen to music because it helps raise your vibration and put you in that place where you feel a lot better about yourself and you start to realize that you have the strength to overcome these challenges. But I also see a group with the expect powerful change card here, the new moon. So this is new fresh energy coming in. Along with the whale spirit here, the whale and orca elders, share your song and frequency. You may have some creative talents, possibly with the fire energy here. You may have something that brings you joy and inspiration. You may have a creative talent that you want to share with the world, but you've been a little too afraid to take that next step in the past. But you're being called now to believe in yourself and believe that your gift is something that you're supposed to share with the rest of the world. You may enjoy singing and have a beautiful song voice. And if that's the case, they're really calling for you to start writing music and to get your voice out there and to start sharing your voice with the rest of the world. Or there's something to do with your throat, the throat chakra here, along with the solar plexus chakra, really calling for you to like take charge and to start sharing your message. What I am sensing also for you, pile 2, is that not only are your guides here supporting you through your journey to overcome any grief or heartache or addictions or challenges that you may have had, but then that you have the ability to share that with other people. You can start speaking your truth on how you overcome these challenges. And I really see that that's going to bring you a lot of abundance and success. Being able to help guide other people through their darkness, I sense, with the eclipse here. I also sense, pile 2, that the more work that you do, the more that you overcome your challenges and the more empowered you feel in your own ability to change your own life, that more is being unveiled to you here. It says lifting the veil. And the eclipse here, I sense that there's a lot of like things that are being hidden to you right now, but the more work that you do, the more that you stand in your own power and start to overcome your challenges, the more that you'll start to see around you, the more sort of signs and synchronicities from your guides, I sense, that you'll start to see in your external world. So they're really just encouraging you to keep doing the work, pile 2. On that, let's get some further insight into how you can strengthen this connection with your guides, pile 2. We've already picked up on the need for you to just keep believing in yourself and to keep doing the hard work of overcoming any challenge or grief that you've had, knowing that it does get easier. And I do sense that through music or through sounds, potentially, is another way that they send like divinely guided messages to you. You may also receive a lot of like messages through conversations or communication that you have with your family members and your loved ones. So they use those people that you're closest to provide, like, I guess, channeled messages to you so that you can have more faith in your ability to overcome these challenges. Spirit, can we get some further messages as to how you communicate with pile 2? Okay, there we go. Let's see what those cards are. So your first card, you have the 9 of Swords. Okay. You have the 9 of Pentacles. Interesting. And you also have the 4 of Cups. So the 4 of Cups is all about like a divinely gifted passion or inspiration. I sense that when you're feeling really low, pile 2, the 9 of Swords here, indicating anxiety and grief, someone that like probably beats himself up a lot by the things that you say, the words that you say sometimes can be quite negative or a little bit too harsh. So they're really calling for you to let that go, knowing that you have the power to be really independent and strong, that you can achieve anything that you put your mind to, and your future is looking really quite bright and abundant by doing this work. But I do sense that in terms of how they communicate to you also, that when you are feeling really bright and happy, they come through by supporting you with aiding you with more energy and more emotional satisfaction, I sense. So that when you are feeling really, really down, they find a way to try and turn that around so that you feel better, that you overcome those negative thoughts. You may have some strong clairsentient abilities, like having sudden flushes of energy through your body, or getting sort of like tingles on your skin or something, when you have a thought or a message, and that's them saying, yes, that's for you. You need to take note of that thought that you just had. But I also see that you have, like, with the eye here, like clear perception too. So they also may communicate to you through like clear sight or clairvoyance. You may have strong clairvoyant abilities, or I sense these things will start to get stronger and stronger as you overcome more challenges and you start to see more around you in your external world, more signs and synchronicities. So they're calling for you to keep up the work, and to know that when you stand in your power and believe that you have the ability to change your life, that you're going to start to see more and more signs and synchronicities guiding you on your journey. You have a really beautiful and loving team, pile 2. They're really here supporting you and letting you know that you have the ability to change your life for the better. So I commend you on the work that you've done, and I'm here with you to support you. That's all I have for you, pile 2. I hope that resonated with you. If it did, please like and subscribe if you haven't done so already. Also, if you think this may sort of help a friend or a family member, or you know some people that may actually get something out of this reading, please share it with them. On that, I wish you a beautiful day, and let's move on to pile 3. Welcome, pile 3, with a lovely clear quartz, so I can pick it up. Clear quartz is all about a clear state of mind, having clarity, epiphanies and a deeper understanding. It also is the crystal that helps sort of magnify the effects of other crystals. So I do sense that, like, I see a group that may have some strong clear cognizant abilities, have a deeper understanding or instant knowing about what you need to do or what is happening in a situation. You may have the ability to feel or understand other people's states of mind sometimes, or know when they're like bullshitting you, basically. But I do sense also that, like, you have a natural ability to, like, lift people's spirits and make people feel better. I sense you magnify the energy around you, so when you're feeling great or when other people are feeling great, you can make them feel even better. But on that, pile 3, let's get some further insight about who your spirit guides are by looking at your tarot cards to start with. Your first card, you have the 3 of Pentacles. Nice. Oh, you have the Chariot card. You have the 2 of Wands. And you have the 4 of Wands also. Okay, that came out for pile 2. Interesting. All right, the first thing I wanted to point out, pile 2, is that you have the Chariot card here, which is related to Archangel Gabriel. And interestingly enough, Archangel Gabriel is the messenger who provides us with sudden insight or epiphanies and understanding. So I really see that you have some strong claircognizant abilities, or that I sense that this is a group that probably has some well-developed spiritual gifts also, with the 2 of Wands here really looking to me like this woman is looking into a crystal ball. She looks like a gypsy or some sort of mystic goddess or witch or something. So I really see a group that probably has some strong spiritual gifts already, and I do sense that claircognizance, suddenly having an understanding or an epiphany about a sudden realization about your situation or what you need to do next, or understanding why something happened in your past. They're here like downloading sudden understandings and realizations to you. So Archangel Gabriel, I sense, is one of your most prominent spirit guides or guides. We have a combination of ancestors and spirit guides of archangels and ascended masters that are working with us. Take what resonates with you, pile 3, but I sense that Archangel Gabriel is one of your most prominent spirit guides, really like guiding you through sudden understandings and realizations, because I sense that you have a message to give. This is a group that I see potentially, I would call maybe the light workers or star seeds. And the reason I say that is because you've got one of the archangels working with you, with the clear quartz indicating that you have the ability to see through the bullshit and have a deeper understanding about a situation, but also related to like sending messages, providing insight and guidance to other people. But the 3 of Pentacles here to me really indicates that you have a strong, like a really like large group of star seeds or star guides, I should say, pile 3. I just pick up on an energy of like many star guides or spirit guides that are working with you at this time, because I sense that you have a gift or a message to send to the rest of humanity. So I see not only Archangel Gabriel here, but like a star family or a star collective that are working with you to help sort of send a message or to give more insight and clarity into the rest of the world and humanity about what we're going through right now. But I also see for you, pile 3, with the 4 of Wands here related to your home of homecoming, and the woman here who looks to me like a crystal ball reader or a gypsy or something, that you have potentially like I just see an energy of like an older motherly figure, potentially maybe your grandmother that may have passed on, or maybe your mother that's passed on potentially. But someone in your family lineage, an ancestor that was quite sort of like into the occult, may have read tarot in the past, or may have had a crystal ball, or potentially read palmistry, or was just a little bit like earthy and crunchy in their mannerisms and how they represented themselves. Someone that may have done a lot of traveling, or was very like nomadic in their lifestyle potentially. So think of someone from your past. It may have been before you were born even. So maybe ask your family, your elders, about someone, if there's someone in your family lineage that was very nomadic or quite sort of mystical in their appearance and the things that they like to do. And they're here also sort of guiding you. So the Two of Wands is suddenly coming into having an understanding about what you want to achieve and starting to plan your goals. But they're here like assisting you sort of plan and guiding you to take action on this this mission that I sense that you have, pile 3. This is a group that I see having some sort of earth mission of helping humanity like really move into the age of Aquarius, where we start loving and supporting each other. And I really see a group that has some strong spiritual gifts. So I also sense that this guide is sort of guiding you to developing your spiritual gifts, pile 3. Strong claircognizance. But I also see with the Chariot here, related to the star sign of Cancer, also, which gives me the Four of Wands really sort of hits home with the Cancerian vibe of being very motherly and homely, but strong like clairsentient abilities or empathic abilities I sense also. You may be an empath, or you may resonate with the concept of being an empath, of feeling other people's energies and knowing when people are feeling down. And with the clear quartz and the strong claircognizant abilities, or the ability to be a channel anyway, I sense you know what to say to people to sort of lift their spirits or to make them feel better. You may receive channeled messages when you're talking to someone, suddenly going, where the hell did that come from? Like, I don't know where that came from, but it may be a channel message that you're passing on to someone to lift their spirits and to make them feel better. So you also have an ancestor, an older motherly energy who's quite eclectic, I sense, and a little bit strange or unique, that is guiding you to continue to share your gifts with other people. So you have many, many sort of star guides here, pile 3, along with Archangel Gabriel, and a strong motherly, like quirky, weird sort of natured, loving ancestor, really guiding you to develop your spiritual gifts and to continue to take action on sharing this insight that you're being downloaded to with the rest of the world. But on that, pile 3, let's continue with your oracle cards and get an idea about how they may communicate to you, or what the messages are that they want you to know. So your first card is the card of Earthed. Learning how to be human in the world, but not of it. Okay. So I did pick up on a group with the Three of Pentacles, which just really like, for some reason, sticks out to me, of being like a multitude of star guides or star beings that are guiding you. This is my starseed group. In the world, but not of it. Your next card is... there you go. Lovely. Double mission, light worker, starseed. Serve the world by being you. Lovely. I love it when that stuff happens in tarot. When you're just talking about a certain thing, and then the next card really like captures the essence of the message that you're trying to say. So you are a light worker or a starseed. I hope that resonates with you. I mean, take what does. If not, then just take the messages that do resonate with you, or there may be another reading that you should go back and have a look at, potentially pile 2, because that also had the Four of Wands here. But this is my starseed or lightworker group that are here to like help guide other people through the age of Aquarius, where we start like doing the things that we love and start supporting and loving each other to be the best versions of ourselves. And this also sort of hits home with the Three of Pentacles here, of like many, many star entities or star family. Your star family is really strong and prominent with you, pile 3, along with Archangel Gabriel, because you have a message to share, being a channel. Your final card is the North Node card. There you go. Step out of your comfort zone. So what I sense that for you from those cards, pile 3, is that if you haven't already started like taking action and developing your spiritual gifts, or if you aren't quite yet on the path of like sharing your voice somehow with the rest of the world, then they're really calling for you to maybe make that your career, or to start doing it more with more gumption and more frequency, essentially. With the Earth card here too, the messages that you are receiving, you are earthing into this reality, downloading those messages and sort of like anchoring those codes of activation so that you can help activate other people. But most definitely I see a group that is meant to share their voice or their spiritual gifts somehow through channeling, I'm picking up on, with the rest of humanity, and really help people overcome their own personal challenges, and to give messages of like love and support and guidance on how other people can really start changing their life for the better, and start being the version that they always wanted to be. In terms of how they communicate to you, pile 3, I really just see a group that has some strong claircognizance. Sorry, I got cut off there, pile 3, with a phone call. I think I was just saying that this is a group that I see has some strong clairvoyant abilities. I always like to think that when I'm interrupted by a message or a phone call or a song or something like that during a reading, that's a confirmation of what I've just said. So I sense that this is a group that has some strong clairvoyant abilities, and the reason why you have it is because you're meant to be a channel from the divine to be able to like impart wisdom and knowledge and support to other people that are struggling to overcome their own challenges. This is a group that is very spiritually inclined, and even if you don't resonate with being a light worker or a star seed, you may actually resonate with like being strongly spiritual or being a channel to the divine anyhow. I also see a group that has a lot of spiritual gifts, with the Chariot card here and the Four of Wands really indicating that you have a strong empathic ability or clairsentience of being able to pick up on other people's energies and knowing when they're feeling really down. So not only can you channel messages of wisdom and advice to them, but you also are really quite open to feeling what they're currently going through, and quite empathic about like understanding their emotions quite deeply. In terms of how you communicate with your spirit guides, pile 3, I really see a group that may be able to like communicate to your guides through the dream state, with the Two of Wands here and the woman looking into like what looks like a crystal ball to me. You may be able to see things through, in your dreams they communicate to you, and that's when the veil is thinnest potentially. I also sense that this is a group that may have some astral projection or out-of-body experiences. Sometimes you can project yourself into like a sort of dreamy state where you can get more clarity from your spirit guides and a deeper understanding about your next move or what you're supposed to do. But most definitely the most prominent source of communication for you is just claircognizance, having a sudden understanding about what you're meant to do next, or a sudden realization about why you've been through a certain situation. I also see a group that probably has some strong clairvoyant abilities. You may get lots of deja vu, I sense, and just a feeling of having been through a certain situation previously and then knowing what to do. So these are things for you to watch out for, pile 3. But a very, very spiritually inclined group, very connected to your spirit guides, very connected to a large cohort of spirit guides here, with many star beings. You have Archangel Gabriel here, along with like your grandmother or a motherly figure that was a little bit weird and eclectic. But moving on from that, pile 3, let's get some further messages for you about how you can strengthen or enhance this connection with your spirit guides. Spirit, can we get some messages for pile 3 about how they can sort of develop their spiritual gifts or this connection with Spirit? I am also sensing or picking up on a vibe for you, pile 3, that you might get some sudden realizations or a bit more clarity by like meditating out in the stars, or star bathing as they call it, like sitting out under the stars and just looking at different sort of star placements, maybe like the Pleiades with the Seven Sisters, or Sirius, the brightest star in our night sky. You may get downloads or activations by spending a lot of time like star bathing or stargazing. I really sense that maybe meditation is a clear way for you to strengthen your claircognizance. When you're in that state of a clear mind is when you come into clarity. Okay. Okay. So your 3 cards, pile 3, you have the Queen of Swords. It looks like she's scratching her back with that sword. Ooh, you have the Ace of Wands. And you also have the 10 of Cups. So what I'm getting from those 3 cards, first of all, the Queen of Wands is all about clarity and claircognizance, a sudden understanding or realization, but she's also a very strong communicator that just tells it as it is. She doesn't allow her emotional needs or feelings to get in the way. Even though I sense that you are very emotional and you have strong empathic abilities, I sense that you have the ability to sort of put that aside, pile 3, and just sort of rely on your analytical abilities and your clear connection with spirit to trust in that channeling messages. So this is a group that has most definitely strong clairvoyance. So I sense through meditation is when you can enhance that skill. But with the Ace of Wands here and the 10 of Cups, speaking of sudden inspiration or passion, and the 10 of Cups being that place where we're most happy around our family and our loved ones, that this card is represents almost the happiest sort of situation that we can be in life. So I really sense that that you have more inspiration and understandings about what you're supposed to do and what your mission is in life when you're in a place of just feeling really happy and vibrant. So in terms of actually enhancing your spiritual gifts or getting an understanding about how you can enhance your connection with spirit, spending time around people that you love, most definitely. Doing things that bring you a lot of joy and happiness. If you have any sort of creative projects that you enjoy doing, maybe drawing or art, listening to music, this is when you are able to raise your vibration and really enhance your connection to spirit. But I also see a group that's supposed to have a lot of satisfaction and ultimate fulfillment by undertaking their mission. The Ace of Wands here indicating inspiration or spirit being within you, and the 10 of Cups with ultimate satisfaction and happiness, that this is something that is also supposed to provide for you your needs, but also a lot of fulfillment and joy. You're meant to really enjoy your spiritual mission, pile 3. So whatever it is that you may do, pile 3, that is of service to other people, where you can channel these messages of guidance and support, just know that not only is it supposed to fulfill your everyday needs and desires, but also provide a lot of emotional satisfaction and fulfillment. That's all I have for you, pile 3. I hope it resonates with you. If it did, please like and subscribe if you haven't done so already. Also, if you feel that this message was something that friends and family of yours may get some sudden insight or understanding, or may just enjoy watching, please share it with them. I hope you have a wonderful day, and let's move on to pile 4. Hello, pile 4 with the Malachite. I love this gem, it's lovely. Malachite is a stone of protection. So your spirit guides might be here protecting you through some challenges or some rough periods in your life, potentially, or just sort of, giving you a hug now and then. It's also related to apparently it absorbs negative energy. So if you are around people that might be taking too much for you or trying to bring you down, it protects you from those negative vibes, I sense. So it's also related to the heart chakra being green. So it really makes you feel alive and happy and vibrant. It doesn't allow any negativity to bring you down. But on that pile 4, let's get some further insight about who your spirit guides are by starting with your tarot cards. Your first card is the Page of Wands. Nice. Oh, you have the Ten of Cups. Lovely. Beautiful card. You have the Ace of Swords. And you also have the Six of Wands. So firstly for you, pile 4, I see that you've got 2 guides at least that are working with you that I'm picking up on from these groups. You've got the Page of Wands here and the Six of Wands. Starting with the Page of Wands. This is a very playful spirit guide. Looking directly at you and your family, potentially protecting you and your family if you have a large family, or just you and your loved one. Just providing like a lot of happiness. This is someone that's encouraging you to live life like in a really loving and playful state. I just get a really loving, warm, playful, really playful energy from this spirit guide. I just sense the energy of just wanting to have a lot of fun and trying to do anything in life that is fun-loving. This spirit guide, I sense, doesn't particularly enjoy it when you are not feeling happy. And so they're looking directly at you and your family. So I sense that they're really protecting you and your family and keeping you safe, making sure that everything's going well with you and that you're just enjoying your family life, potentially. So this spirit guide is also helping you on your spiritual journey too. And by doing it, they're making sure that like your journey is a lot of fun, that you're actually getting the most out of life is what I'm picking up from this guide. So they're here just to try and remind you to just be a little lighthearted and to not take everything too seriously, because that's the energy I'm really picking up on. Is this, I'm not really getting a male or female energy, to be honest, one way or the other, but I just see them being really youthful and playful and energetic and vibrant. They're really encouraging you to just have a lot of fun in life and to not take life so seriously and to really enjoy the most important things in your life that bring you joy and happiness, which is your family, I sense, pile 4. You may be really family oriented, whether you have children of your own or whether you're just really close to your siblings and your extended family. I sense that they're urging you to just remain playful and to keep those people that are dear to you at close at heart. But most definitely also strongly protecting you and your loved ones. I'm also getting from these 2 cards, pile 4, the energy of another spirit guide that is trying to also keep you focused at task, so they're in a way kind of conflicting. So this one here is making sure that you have a lot of fun and that you do things that bring you joy in your day-to-day life, that you are very family focused and protecting you and your family. And this spirit guide is really like urging you on to take action and to make sure that you achieve your goals that you've sort of, from your soul contract that you've signed before you come into this life, that we all come in with certain things that are destined to occur and that we wish to achieve. So there's certain challenges that we're supposed to be subject to, and I guess like things that are like overwhelmingly satisfying and happy, things that we want to experience. So this guide is kind of the more, not so much harsh, or I'm not sensing like authoritarian energy, but it's just keeping you motivated, I see. The Six of Wands generally relates to like success and recognition, but I sense that they're just sort of continuing to whisper in your ear. With the Ace of Swords here, once again, with all 4 piles, I picked up in groups that have strong, clear cognizant abilities of having sudden inner knowing of what you're supposed to do. This guide is sort of downloading you with information about what you're supposed to do to keep you motivated and to keep you on path and on task, I suppose. So conflicting in the sense that one just wants you to have a lot of fun and to be playful and is supporting you on your journey by making sure that you enjoy each moment of life and seeing like the stopping to smell the roses and enjoying the finer aspects of life. And the other one is just sort of looking at the grander picture and going, okay, that's fine, thank you. But I want to make sure that you know that what you're supposed to be doing and keeping you on task. I also see that in the way that these cards have been laid out, this spirit guide, I just sense that they're both quite youthful, playful energies. There's a lot of like fun, new energy here. But this one just doesn't want to even look at this guide. She's turning away because I think that because she just doesn't really want to like acknowledge what he's trying to achieve, or this spirit guide, I should say, is trying to achieve by keeping it playful. Even though with wands there's a lot of inspiration and fire and passion here, she just thinks that maybe this guide is kind of getting in the way of the grander, more important things, basically. So it's a really interesting combination of guides you have here. One that just wants you to have a lot of fun and to make sure that you're enjoying your day-to-day life and spending it with the people that you love and like keeping in mind what's most important to you, but also the other one that's reminding you that you're here for a reason and sort of downloading those steps of guidance to keep you motivated and on track, pile 4. Yeah, interesting group. But on that, let's get some further insight about why your guides are here and what they want you to achieve in this life from your oracle cards. Your first card is the 7 star sisters related to Pleiades, the Pleiades star system. Birthing creations, tapestry of life, expression. Okay, that's interesting because I was picking up on a group that maybe wants to have a large family or already does have a large family, but it says here birthing creations and tapestry of life. So I sense a part of your life mission or something that you at least want to experience, pile 4, is to have a family or to raise your own children. You may have already many girls, potentially. You may have a family with many girls, or potentially you're going to have a child that I sense might be female, like a little girl. Your next card is the loosen your grip, coping mechanisms, density, addiction, let God in. All right. And your final card is a time for healing, balsamic moon. So let's just touch on this card again first. The 7 sisters, birthing creations, tapestry of life, expression. I do pick up on a group that may want to have a large family. So take what resonates there, pile 4. And that this guide is really sort of like leading you down that path of meeting that special someone that you can raise a family with. To continue to have a lot of fun in your journey in life, knowing that children really bring out the most playful, fun aspects of our life and keep us young at heart. But I see a group also that may have a mission in life. And I really think also, this is similar to pile 2, I sense that you may be called, pile 4, to overcome some challenges in life that you've had in your past. The reason I say that is because you've got here the card indicating that you may have had some addictions or have been through a lot of density or hard trials in your past, and that you're maybe struggling to overcome these things and to start to allow a lot of like light and sunshine and positive fresh energy into your life. But what I am sensing for you is that, like pile 2, when you start to stand in your power and heal and overcome these challenges by doing the hard work day to day, that you're going to be rewarded with the 10 of Cups here and also the 6 of Wands indicating success and recognitions. You're going to be rewarded for your efforts by overcoming those challenges. I like to think that the universe and life rewards us in our external life by making things easier for us, or by giving us some sort of wish fulfillment when we actually overcome certain challenges of life, or actually release things from our life that we know aren't serving us anymore. You're being called to cut away anything that is holding you back from being the most authentic and most powerful version of yourself, pile 4. And that you will be rewarded, and be not only rewarded, but recognized for your successes and for your achievements. So it's time for you really right now to start to like overcome any addictions or bad habits or negative thought patterns that you may have, or to start sort of allowing yourself to heal and take the time to recuperate from any like past relationships that didn't work out, or any grief that you may have been subject to in your previous life, or in your past life, I should say. I do sense that your guides are really downloading information to you of support and love, and how you're supposed to overcome this, like step by step. They're really here quite powerfully coming in, giving you support and guidance to overcome this, like one step each day, basically. Just knowing, pile 4, that the woman here on the horse in the 6 of Wands managed to defeat her own demons in the 5 of Wands. She was successful at overcoming her own internal conflicts and challenges. And that you're supposed to be rewarded and to be fulfilled in life by overcoming your challenges and realizing how much power and passion for life you have. There's a famous quote that goes something like, happiness doesn't come from the lack of challenges, but it comes from the ability to overcome challenges. And that's something that I really stands true in my life, that the work that I've done to overcome the addictions that I had and the grief that I've been through, I'm not going to get too into it in this reading, but I will do a video eventually about the things that I've experienced in life and how I managed to overcome them. But through overcoming those challenges and working day by day to start to commit to a better life, I've started to feel more alive than I ever have in the past. I've moved on from a career that was unfulfilling, and I'm now doing something that really brings me a lot of joy, that I love doing, and hopefully supporting other people to stand in their power to overcome their own challenges too. But you're being really called by your spirit guides. They're really here quite strongly here, downloading information to you and support of love in order to really stand in your power and overcome your own challenges, so that you can have this beautiful life that you've always wanted, pile 4. And I sense that you'll be rewarded financially and abundantly by the universe. Noting that you have the 6 of Wands here, being recognized for your successes. So I sense you've already started this work. You're really being called just to continue on, and to be kind to yourself, to nurture your own needs. Moving on from that, pile 4, let's get some further insight and wisdom from the tarot deck about how your guides communicate to you, or how you can enhance this connection with your spirit guides. I sense that when you're in a happy place, pile 4, when you are vibing high, doing things that you love, it may be spending time with your family, or maybe getting out into nature and picking up on, or maybe exercising, or spending time reading a book, whatever that is for you that makes you feel like happy and vibrant. For me, it's listening to music. With the 10 of Cups there and the Page of Wands, of that really joyful, playful energy, you're being called to like try and continue to raise your energy. I sense that when you are vibing high is when you are most susceptible to receiving messages from your spirit guides. Spending time meditating also with the Ace of Swords there, and having that clear connection to your spirit guides and to the divine is a way that they can also provide sort of instant clarification about what you're supposed to do, or just messages of support and love. Ooh. Spirit, can we get some more messages, please, about how pile 4 spirit guides connect with them? Okay, so you have 2 cards there, pile 4. Your first card is the High Priestess, which actually came out in reverse, but in this reading I've decided to read everything in the upright position. Indicating to me that you actually have a very strong intuition. You already know the answers. This is a group that just needs to continue to trust in themselves and to continue to do the work to overcome your challenges and addictions. Interesting, the moon here looks very much like the balsamic moon too, if you can see that just there. So I sense that, once again, healing your inner wounds first and overcoming your own personal demons and challenges will allow you to enhance your connection to spirit and to enhance your intuition. But this is a group that I see already having a strong intuition, a strong inner knowing about what you're supposed to be doing and how you can connect to spirit. And your final card, oh, it's the Hermit card. Wow, 2 major arcana and 2 cards that indicate a very spiritually inclined individual. I sense that through your journey of actually starting to surrender to a higher power, pile 4, and a group that I sense probably is now surrendering to a higher power, you're starting to have sudden insight and inspiration, along with the Ace of Swords here of like clear cognizance and a strong connection to spirit. You're starting to really to commit to this guidance that you're receiving from your spirit guides. And I sense the more work that you do, the more rewards that you see and the clearer things become. The more that you see the rewards in your external world, you may start to see signs and synchronicities more frequently. But the more internal work that you do, the Hermit is the archetype of really walking away from everything in life so that he can find out what his purpose is and how he can connect to a higher calling. That walking away from any challenges or pains or addictions that you have and committing to a higher calling is actually starting to allow for these connections to come in stronger. So this is a really spiritually inclined group that I sense as is probably being called to like dedicate your life completely to a spiritual cause or to a higher calling. I'd be interested to see if that resonates with you, pile 4. But most definitely a strong intuition and a group that I see having very strong like clear cognizance and inner knowings. Remember, you're meant to be rewarded for your efforts too, so continue the hard work and your external world will match your internal world. As above, so below, pile 4. That's all I have for you. I hope it resonated with you. If it did, please like and subscribe if you haven't done so already. Also, if you know anyone that may benefit from these readings or that you feel may enjoy this reading in particular, please share it with them. On that, I wish you a happy day, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.